2 years ago, my best friend gave me this. Has to be very nicely to put a handle on it. So being a good friend I am, I dumped it straight into my camping bag, and that's where it stayed up until this summer when he realised that I still had it. So it's about time to get this job done. So we have a question, 2 questions. Can I actually make a knife handle? And 2, is it going to be good enough? Will he like it? Let's give it a go. Let's start with a piece of oak that we use for the axe handle. Cut out a nice pretty piece, chop it down the middle and see what it looks like on the inside. I would like to use the spalting on the outside, but I don't know how deep it goes, and these flames are pretty sick, even though they are kind of soft. This is probably not the shit for the job, but it's the stuff we got. So it says to use gloves, so I got toilet roll, obviously, because that's the best thing. So let's give it a good soak in, see the air bubbles coming out. That means the stuff's going in where we want it to go. Much darker, feels much harder, but it is sticky excess on the outside, so we scrape that off. And then, yeah, look at that. Get a rust off the tang and job's a good un. He'd be well happy, right? It's gonna be cool. Joking. We'll flatten it off, piece of glass and some sandpaper, and we'll create 2 flat maiden surfaces for the metal side, and then we've got to concentrate on trimming these down so they're both as even as I can make them with hand tools. Lots of planing, lots of planing. I did realise at this point that if I truly wanted to book match the flaming, I should have drilled my holes in the middle of the placement before I started. Never mind though, still looks pretty good. And I need to interrupt myself already. This thing has taken far too long, from first cut to editing now. I'm sure you'll notice the difference in clothing, amounts of facial hair. It is taking an age. I've made many mistakes. I've already made one good one, and you're about to see me make the next major one, and then I will carry on detailing the rest of them. It's not called a how not to for no reason. Anyway, next mistake. Let's keep going. Plow on through and get her done. Decision time. Through the middle, through the bottom. That one. See? So let's cut it out. So on we go with some cutting. Can't tell when the next mistake is yet. Ready. That's what it should look like. That's right. That's right. I drew 2 different shapes, chose between them, and then cut them both out without redrawing the right one. And then I've continued to make more work for myself by just doing all of this off the knife. I could have, should have drilled the holes like I'm about to do, stuck the knife together, and then done all of this woodwork after. But you live and learn. So let's carry on. It is starting to come together. It's starting to look like the thing is supposed to be. There we go. John came over, decided we were going to give it a bit of a polish. He wants some input, so a bit of that. It's nice and shiny, and I continue to make things far too close for comfort. But I didn't know that until after. So let's cut some facets, because I felt that some of those would actually be more difficult on the knife, like that front edge there, because you'd be up against the blade trying to cut it down. I probably could have done it really. The tang needed some straightening out. Hit it with a hammer a couple of times, but you can't really do that with one hand and a camera, so got the firelight in the end, a bit more of a polish, and cut some brass rods, and here we go. We got a knife kit. Time for the scary bit. This all becomes particularly permanent after trying to epoxy it all together. Mix some of this in there, spread it on there, and that, and then use them. I got hardly any footage of actually sticking it together because my hands were instantly covered in epoxy. But as you can see, it did all get stuck down, clamped up nicely, and now we're left with a lovely lump of stuff to turn into something pretty. Is this thing out? Yeah. I should have done this in episodes. I should have done episodes, and this would be episode 1756. Almost final sanding. Let's have it. So have it I did. Went at it with some 120 grit paper. Started timing my hand swipes to the music and stuff. Here's a lot of sanding. I had to bring everything right down to the metal. I left that bit in the middle because I couldn't get it on the flat block, and did it with permanent marker. Some sandpaper wrapped around it. Bit of danger sanding. Got to concentrate here because, well, you can see why. And it is starting to come together. Here we use a super accurate measuring device. Set square with a couple of marks on it. Remarked my facets, that's the word. I'm not gonna lie, I can feel myself aging. I can feel the hair growing out of my face just watching this footage back. I spent what felt like days with the files, just trying to make this shape as symmetrical as possible. I wanted to keep these facets flat. I felt they looked quite sexy, but they were hard to keep perfect. So eventually we decided to do some magic, but trying to get it all smoothed out with a bit more danger sanding, a bit more professional spot filling, and then onto some magic. Apparently this is called shoe shine. And it really is magic. The point here is to try and keep the center of that sandpaper away from the metal, so you're only applying enough pressure to around the corners, and as you can see quite quickly, as you move up the grades of paper, that shape just comes to life, and all of a sudden I was left with something that I could have bought. I genuinely went from something that looked like I'd made in my shed to something that I could have just bought. Do you know what? I think that might actually be done. Well, it was not, because sanding is never done. But here we wanted to wet the grain, raise it up, so that when we oil it, this furry texture doesn't happen later on at the finishing stage. So I've been wondering what some of these marks are. I'm trying to get the pen off. And so just a word of advice, I suppose. Don't be using pen, and if you're going to be using pen, don't be using one that's going to go like that as soon as you get it wet. Because what's going to put the logo on? I'm not looking forward to this bit. The top half is really soft. You can burn holes in it, which is rough. And it's really small. And I'm doing it late at night. Well, it's not actually that late, it's about 9 o'clock. Let's give it a go. So I thought I'd tackle the safer bit in the hard patch first. Oh, not gonna lie, that could have gone a lot worse. And now I was really concerned. This could go horribly wrong right now. But, well, I was expecting it to be an ordeal. I don't have to do it. You're not going to believe this. Actual final sanding. Bit of 320 grit to take scorch marks off and just move anything that didn't belong there. Clean it off with some white spirit. And you heard the man. That's a wrap for tonight. All clean, ready for finishing tomorrow. Let's get some... edit that out. Time to do some oiling. First coat of super mega Wilco Danish oil. Gonna get me sponsored by Wilco at some point, I reckon. All those tools you could dream of. There we go. This is another one of my favourite bits because it comes to life. Ready? I hope that's coming through on the camera. Tits. Wow. Well-a-dee, well-a-dee, well-a-dee. Good stuff. Now with a dry bit, just to take off any dribbly excess bits. And I think we can call that done. Boom.
visual effects. Some of... It's sealed in now, his character.
I will probably just put a drum roll in, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I sort of want to look at your face, but
Great.
I'm kind of hoping you will at least smile.
Yes, mate.
Go for it.
I will smile. In our mind. That's brand new. That's good, isn't it?
I done the thing.
That feels incredible. And even the thickness of it, everything, just feels absolutely awesome. Nice.
So there we have it. One completed knife handle, one happy friend, a beard, and a video of what not to do if you want to do this yourself and not spend half a year doing it. Half a year. So, if by some miracle you are still here at the end of all this, drop us a like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, you might actually get a notification over the next couple of months for another video where I think I'll probably make a guitar amplifier just because they're not sharp. Have fun, people. Stay safe.